story. All right? Nai Wamunga, hey, how are you? All right, ladies and gentlemen, marriage. What is marriage? Because most of us seem to be in unions. Huh? Most of us seem to be in chamas. Just a man and a woman in a chama. That's why you call each other as partners. Oh, you know, this is my partner. Let me introduce my partner. Eh? Chamas. There are so many. No wonder they're actually breaking and crumbling when money is out. So what is a marriage? And I don't want to define a marriage for you. I want to tell you this basically. By the way, as you join in and answer these questions, just tell me, what is companionship? Smart group, I see you, brother. How are you? Huh? How are you, brother? It's been a minute, Bana. Oh, you should choma some nyama. After the 72-hour fast, though. So yes, karibuni. Anyway, so a marriage most times is viewed as a partnership between man and woman, or a relationship between a man and a woman. Of course, in Christian laying backgrounds, I think in most religions, are you live on YouTube? Yes, Cozy, I'm live on YouTube, a platform called Uncle Chile. So go and search Uncle Chile. Don't go on Health and Wellness Sport. Go on Uncle Chile. I am live on YouTube on Uncle Chile. So yes, so most people, when you ask them what's a marriage, and I would like this to be interactive because I would like to bring people in as we have this conversation. Sambili karibu sana. So when you ask people what is a marriage, let me see your views actually. What is a marriage? Somebody's asking me, are you married? We have not even defined marriage. We have not even, who is this actually? Merlins or Malins or that name. Are you married? Let me ask you, why would I be married? Don't you think the right question is, have I married? Are you married? I'm like, are you married to who? So what is marriage? A union between two peeps. Okay, a union. Let's write that down. Union. What is a marriage? Most people don't know this. What is a marriage? I also don't know. I would like to know it from you guys. What is a marriage? Because every time we talk about marriage, we are talking about this and that and all that, the companionship and all that. And the church has to play a very important role in this at the marriage age. Amazing. So the church has to play a very important role in this. But did you just see? I think it's the Catholic Church or something. I hope they don't bring me down. It was the Catholic Church that actually is bargaining. Actually, did they approve it? I think so. The same-sex marriages. They even call it a marriage, same-sex. Now the next question comes in. That's a marriage now. What's the purpose of a marriage? So for you to define marriage, you must put the purpose of marriage there. That's a marking point. Children. Children. And then people will tell me, how about adopted children? How about those couples who cannot have children? And the answer is this. Adopted children are not your children. They are not. That is one. They have their parents. And you are actually playing a part in helping them lose their identities. Number two, parents or couples who cannot have children. You see, that's an abnormality. And we will call it that way because it's the truth. Because a man is designed to ejaculate, and every ejaculation is designed to make a woman pregnant. Hello? A man's ejaculation is designed to make a woman pregnant. So the church has approved same-sex marriages, and then I start to wonder, what is the purpose of a marriage? Because if you get children out of that equation, therefore there's no need for the marriage, because sex and marriage are not the same. I think that's what should be understood very clearly, because a marriage is that union between a man and a woman with an intention to continue with the creation. To continue with the creation. Now, hey, hapo ndo shida iko. To continue with the creation. Realize this, that the only intention why God created man and woman, or rather why God created man and then created a woman to actually come in as a helper, was to actually help the man to continue the creation of God. So through the woman, a man makes or recreates. That's why I tell you, a biological father is actually an earthly representation of God to children. Now, let's go back to our order of life. The spiritual order of life. God above men, men above women, women above children. Hey, that order brings a lot of problems. Oh, you know, we are equals. We are not equal. Even men are not equal to men. So let's drop that nonsense. Now, because that is the order of life, or the spiritual order of life, it means that the other way around. So love flows from God to the man, from the man to the woman, from the woman to the children. Now, what is love? Those things that you say, oh, romance and all that, that is not love. Those are coming from a sense of evil. You are empty, that's why you need something to be fulfilled. The reality is that love is the nature of God. The Spirit of God that is inside us, we are born with it anyway. So that is inside us, that's the Spirit of love. That's why a child, we were told, I was also told, when a child dies, they go to heaven. I don't know where this was found, where they got this from. But a child is the most purest being. They don't have fear, they don't have doubt, they don't judge, they don't have love, they don't have hatred. They are just living life. Okay, they're just living life. Somebody's saying children are just products. Listen, brother, 𝗘𝗩𝗥, when you say children are just products, what do you mean? Because these are conversations that we need to have. What do you mean when you say children are just products of a marriage? Do you want to tell me you don't have children? Do you want to tell me that that if you have low sperm count is not your problem? You want to tell me that, that poor quality sperm is not your problem? You want to tell me if a woman cannot get pregnant, it's not a problem that actually is in the human being. It's something that has been brought out by something else, apart from you too. I think by now we have a lot of information about how to get pregnant. We have a lot of information how to maintain healthy life. A lot of people actually teaching this information, and it's out there. Byproduct sole purpose of a marriage is to build wealth. Oh. Hey, you should have stuck to the point of children. Now you went into wealth. That a marriage, like you mean you cannot be wealthy on your own, 𝗘𝗩𝗥, until you marry. That's when you become wealthy. Don't you think that's the most useless way of putting things? That imagine you as a man, you are built to create. You are built to find solutions. That's how you're created. Adam was there naming these animals without even having to be told, just allowing the Spirit of God to reveal the names, and he names. He was built to create. And now you here, you're pegging your life like somebody has to come in so that you can actually become wealthy. Bro, that is so lame. It is so lame. These women are expecting you to provide, and you're expecting she should come here so that we build wealth. Who are you building wealth with? That's the problem, because you get into this union with no identity. You don't even understand your role. I've actually mentioned the order of life, that God above men, men above women, women above children. Therefore, love flows from God to the man, then man to the woman, then woman to the children. The other way around is respect and submission. So therefore, you don't expect your woman to help you build wealth. You're supposed to build wealth. They were designed to be provided by you, not you come together to build wealth to provide for each other. No, they were designed to be provided by you. That's why God did not instruct children to love their parents. He instructed them to obey and respect. But he instructed the man to love their women, his woman. The woman was to submit to the man. But look at you distorting that order. And then now you expect the marriage to be actually comfortable. The sole reason why people get married is children, because it's very, very right, or it's very fair to raise children in that marriage institution. So marriage, first of all, is an institution that is ordained by God. If yours is not ordained by God, it's just a union or a partnership. 50-50 partnership. Oh, 70-30. You know, I pay school fees, you pay this. Partnership. So if that order of life is distorted, one, it will be chaotic. Most marriages are breaking because of that. Number two, the children will suffer. They will lack identities because they will have now the weaknesses of the father and they will have the anger of the mother. Because the moment a man does not know God, because that name man basically means a man who basically means a human or a male that understands the order of God and respects that order. So which means a man must provide, he must lead, and he must protect. You see that? Come we stay, regardless of what is happening. As long as whether it's come we stay, putting a ring on it does not mean marriage. By the way, most of you confuse a marriage and a wedding. Most of you confuse a marriage and a wedding. A wedding is a fantasy from a woman. No man sits there fantasizing a wedding. No man. Males do. Males do because they are fantasizing things because they are emotional. So they behave like women. They want a wedding. They want a flashy wedding. They even plan the colors. They even choose colors. Imagine a man, a man choosing, pink for the ladies and purple for the men. This will be a colorful wedding. And then the background will be a little bit, yellow or creamish blue, whatever, or turquoise. Yeah? Your role is to fund. Your role is not to plan this wedding at all. What are you planning? A wedding is a fantasy for a woman. They start fantasizing this thing from the time they were born, the childhood in them. They are told to be Cinderellas. They are told all these things. So they have all these things going through their heads. And now you as a man, you're confusing marriage and a wedding. So you think just because you said, oh, I do in front of people, you are safe. You've seen your celebrities breaking up. And then they air their dirty linen in public. Right? Celebrities who I put a ring on it in the name of the Father, the Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. As he's putting a ring on it, he's scanning the crowd already. He's seeing a very young girl in the crowd. Aye. This young girl decided today I'm going for his wedding. I'm going to put on a mini dress. And then I'm going to cross my legs so that this guy sees this side of my thigh. This guy is putting, in the name of the Father, the Father, hey, where is the Father? Where is the Father? Then he puts on a ring. The next minute, he's cheating while the wife is pregnant. This guy is constantly chasing an ejaculation. And I told you on the other live that the modern male is a slut maker. So we're actually converting women into sluts so that they can serve our nature to ejaculate. So the modern man role is to simply convert a woman into a slut. And then use this slutty of this woman, because this man wants this woman to actually go down and suck his organs and do these crazy things, suck his toes and all that. So we're converting women into sluts. And then once the slutty of this woman goes down, we change the woman. Oh, you will see them all over. They start YouTube channels. YouTube channels. They start all these programs. They start teaching. Did you see even your masculinity coaches are failing at this? And by the way, this is the problem, because we have all the masculinity coaches teaching men or males how to be men. But you see, they are teaching you how to be them. They're just remodeling you to their own image. Nobody's teaching you how to understand the order of God. Nobody's teaching you how to actually know God on your own. Because once you know that order of God, once you know God, and then you allow him to work with you because you overcome anger. Once you do that, he will guide you on how to live a life as a man. You will not need a masculinity coach to teach you how to be a man. This is a guy who has read books. And he has read books of people who actually have gone through that. Do you realize most of the masculinity coaches are actually divorced? Right? You've realized that most masculinity coaches are actually divorced. So now they're telling you their experience. But it's weird that masculinity coaches are divorced. So they tried it and then it failed. And then now they tell you their experiences. I appreciate those who will tell you their experiences and not impose it to you. They will simply be talking their experiences. Instead of telling you, you know what, a man should behave this way, a man should do this way. I mean, that is your experience, well done. We wish you well. Most psychiatrists, most marriage counselors, they are emotional, they have anger, and the only reason why they're giving you that time and acting as though they are very patient with you, they are listening to your story for about an hour, is because you have paid. You have paid. So once you pay to book that appointment, they will have to listen to you with all your nonsense. They will even give you a shoulder to lean on. Pastor will even put a hand on you, on your wife. Oh, you know what? I am here to help this family grow. I am here to help this family. But you know what? For me to pray for you, I must touch your nipple so that the gospel and the power of healing and the power of a strong marriage gets into you through the nipple. And then the next time you're wondering, yeah. And ladies, before I even deviate, let me remind you this. The moment you take your husband to another man for guidance, it basically means to him it reflects that you've actually valued the other man over him. Aye, problems. The moment you start cooking food and carrying it to the pastor, this guy here does not want to go to that church. This guy is thinking, enda huko pastor vitu gani? And then now you come in with the Bible and you're teaching him how the pastor was vibrant. Oh, you know that pastor blessed us. This guy is like, pastor blessed you. How? How did pastor bless you? What else did he touch? Ni wapi aligusa? No, I avoid touching that place because I don't want my DNA to be. So the moment you take a man, your man, to another man for advice, you're actually telling this man that he failed. because you are supposed to actually submit to his, let me call it a will, right? Because he's the leader. So you actually bought an idea of this guy. You bought his ambition, you bought his leadership. You decided, you know what, I am going to leave all other to males and join this man here because of his ambition. And now you get there, you want to make your own rules. Now you get there because you're career oriented. You want to share bills. Now you get there because you have a promotion faster than him. You don't want to listen anymore. Now, did you know, and let me shock you, did you know that your power lies in you just being silent? Did you know that? Your power lies in you as a woman being silent. Just listen. Most of you don't listen. You're always here. We men don't give a, hey, listen. If you want to pass a point to a man, use the first 2 minutes. Hizo story unaanza kuongeza baadaye. Those stories that you put on to just make it creamy. And now those mshene from the office, those stuff from where, these guys don't want to listen. That's why a man will just sit there and watch an Arsenal game. 2 hours. And the only thing he's doing is reading the game. You try and interrupt him on that game. You'll know you actually married another woman. So most of your unions are actually lesbian or gay marriages. Because the woman is behaving masculine, she has adapted masculine roles, and now we have a male here, so 2 men. Or the man is so effeminate, and the woman is feminine, now we have 2 females here. That is what is actually going through. So listen to me, a man who understands that order will know that even if the woman is corporate, she will not provide in this house, no. She will not provide. That he will not take children to school to become a retirement plan for him, no. He will not do that. But our parents did that. Our parents actually used us to become retirement plans for them. Oh, they were there not because they wanted to be in a marriage. They wanted to maintain a certain status quo in a society. They got into this union because it wasn't ordained by God, no. They got in for the sake of validation from the society. Have you ever seen these old men, how they feel good when they are told, hey, bibi yako amebehave vizuri, hey, watoto wako wanasoma wamefanya vizuri, hey, ule mzee pale, ule mwalimu pale, amesomesha watoto wake wote na hii pesa yake ya mwalimu. Have you ever seen those men? How proud they feel. Hey, pride comes in. Where pride is, anger is. So these guys got there, they stuck into that marriage, not because they wanted to be there, no, because they wanted the validation that was coming from the society. Morals. So the society, which is actually, by the way, I was speaking to a friend of mine the other day, and I was telling her, this thing that you call, actually it was today in the morning, this thing that you people call society, what is that? Oh, the government, what is that? Society. You know, I have to, the society doesn't want me to behave this way. The society, what is that society? You mean people around you? Or what is the society? Is it not just something in your head? There's a question that is coming in here. A very good question. Should marriage be ordained in church? Now listen, what is the church? Safi, what is the church? What is the church? You going and standing in front of people in a building and saying, yes, I do? That is a wedding. Society is in your head. There is nothing like society. It is in your head. Oh, the society wants me to behave this way. That is not even your idea. It was an idea that was put in your head by either your weak mother or your angry, your weak father or your angry mother. Because rules and regulations are made for the evil. Rules and regulations are made to actually maintain conduct of the evil people. Because they know you will hurt yourself and you will even hurt others. So there must be some laws to govern the evil. So there's nothing like society. It's all in your head. Because we say here all the time that whatever is happening around you is none of your business. Your business is what is happening inside you. So now you're paying attention to what is happening outside you. You know very well you don't want to conform to those societal rules. You know very well. You don't want to. But you have to. Why? Because your father will be ashamed if you don't do that. Your mother will be so angry if you don't do that, right? And look at who we are raising. Children who are so fearful. Children who are so fearful. So why are you so paying attention to what is happening outside you? Now that you have the information, why don't you focus on yourself? Why don't you make yourself better? Because whatever is happening around you in the world is none of your business. That society is just an evil thought in your head. It doesn't exist. It is not there. That success doesn't exist. So once a man understands the order of life, the spiritual order of life, he knows how to treat his children. He knows how to treat the wife. So actually, he teaches the wife how to raise his children. Hello? The man teaches the wife how to raise his children. So you tell me, how can you teach somebody who is older than you? How can you teach somebody who is older than you? You call it love. I will tell you for free. Love and anger, love and hatred come from the same centers. That thing that excites you and you call it love is the same thing that will depress you and you call it hate. That's why you're told there's a thin line between love and hatred. Why? Because they don't exist. They're in your head. Love is a spirit inside you. And when you have that spirit, you do good. But if you're constantly turning women into sluts to serve your slutty nature, because you want them to be a mini version of you so that they serve you as a man. Let me call it a male. And then once that slutty nature dies, you move to the next. You see that? So we are doing that constantly. And married men are the ones who are actually cheating the most. And I told you on a post last time, I think last week or so, a woman buys your ambition as a young man. Right? So a woman buys your ambition as a young man and then joins you. Because remember, marriage is an institution, right? So a woman buys your ambition, buys your leadership, buys how you look physically, and then joins you, decides, I'm going to quit everything else and join this man so that we focus. So my focus is actually centered on this man. If this man drives us left, we are going left. If we die, we die. That's what leadership means. So you made a choice to join this guy who is going to kill you, and then you blame him. I don't understand. Anyway, so the man is the leader. The woman joins his leadership, his ambition and all that, and supports him behind the scenes. Pushes him behind the scenes. The modern man does not understand that language. So now you came in physically fit, you're going to the gym and doing all these things, fasting and eating clean. And then that's why you people tell me, when I tell you I'm fasting, there are people who tell me, you wait until you marry, as though they know if I'm married or not. If I've married or I'm not. They tell me, oh, you wait until you marry. You will see. Your wife will change you. I'm like, but you don't know me. You don't know who I am. So why are you judging? Anyway, so now, one morning you wake up at 5. You want to go and lift the weights, even if it's a house workout. But most of you love going to the gym. So you want to go to the gym and work out to build the muscles. The first thing wife tells you is, you know what? We need the morning glory. Let me quote that because it's still time. Children have not slept yet. So I need morning glory. It's 4:30. Yeah, I need morning glory. You know me, I'm a morning person. She says that. You know me, I'm a morning person. Then you resist because you're stoic. In the beginning, you resist, you rush. You resist, you rush. One day, it will be 4:30 in the morning. You've woken up. You want to go for a morning run. It is drizzling, and she tells you, you don't have to go. You know what? You can still do this tomorrow. Let's cuddle. Let us cuddle. Hey. Hey. And then now you fall for that trap. And you see, once you fall for these traps, you never come out of it again. Now you cuddle. Yes, it's raining. I mean, it's drizzling. Why would I go running in a drizzling morning? Why? I mean, I can cuddle here. Now you decide, let me cuddle. You cuddle. Bas. And now you're hoping that tomorrow you can actually wake up and go for the morning run. To go for the gym. You know what will come out? You are going to those gyms because of those women. Now, I don't know why men fall for that trap. Once you're told you're going for those gyms, I know you're going there because of those women in the gym. Hello? Now you start sitting here, you don't go to the gym because you don't want to make your wife upset. I love my wife so much, I don't want to make her upset. And by the way, men, the moment you say, I love my wife, it means you hate her. The moment you say, I love my girlfriend, we interpret it as you hate her. Why? Because if you love her, you will not have to tell us. Because love is an action. You simply provide, you simply protect her physically, financially, and emotionally. You simply lead her. And then sex her adequately. You don't tell us, I love my wife. This is my wife here, my beloved wife. I love her so much. No, you don't. You hate her. But you can't do anything. You're seeking validation. That's why you're telling us, right? So anyway, that aside, the reality is this. So you stop going to the gym. Now, there's the time you're fasting and your wife has prepared a very beautiful cake or the best meal with seed oils, and you're there fasting. And you said, Dr. Lewis does not know I'm fasting. Nobody knows I'm fasting. Anyway, I'll just eat this one and then I'll fast tomorrow. And then, boom, you stop fasting. Now, guess what is going to follow? You grow fat. Start growing just fat. Fat, fat, fat. As you grow fat, in your leadership as a fat man, your woman grows fat also. Now, her libido goes down. Now, you're not going to the gym. But the reason why you didn't go to the gym and you stopped fasting is because you had a libido for her. Now your libido is going down, and her libido is also going down. She held you here because she had libido. She had a high sex appeal and sex energy. Now she's grown fat. Her estrogens are going up. She's experiencing dryness. Now there's no urge for sex with you actually, because maybe she has an urge for sex with another person, but not with you, because you are fat now. My brother, you're fat now. She's fat too, but she doesn't see that, because if you tell her you're fat, you're body shaming. But she'll tell you, hey, Squeezy, you don't have six-pack anymore. So now you've stopped going to the gym, you've stopped fasting, you've grown fat, she's grown fat too, and now you guys are looking at each other and wondering, where did I pick this one from? Where did I pick this one from? Now out here, there are guys who are constantly fasting and shaping their bodies. And your wife is actually in an office that this guy is there putting on these fitted clothes and all that, putting on a nice, so there's a way old people start dressing up with these baggy trousers and a big coat plus a cape, and then they tuck in their polo t-shirts. Can you relate? Men, they put on oversized trousers, the official trousers, right? Plus sport shoes, specifically teachers. Walimu. And then they put on the sport shoes plus a trouser, big plated. Is it pleated? A pleated trouser, Tokyo. And then with a belt that has, I don't know, is it red or maroon? And then with a polo t-shirt, and then they've tucked in the polo t-shirt, and then they put on a cape. I don't know if it's hiding baldness or something. Every old man with a cape. What is happening? And then with a jacket. Now this guy, he's looking at you like, Mwalimu. Mwalimu, I didn't meet you this way, Mwalimu. Under your leadership, Mwalimu, I don't even have to anymore. And you're still calling that a marriage. You failed terribly, because how will you lead when you're fat? Look at your fat politicians. They can't make a decision. They'll be bribed 10,000 shillings in the toilet and they vote yes. They don't even read the bill. They just vote yes. I mean, 10,000, yes. I have to drink 2 for the road. I'm voting yes. I have to go and pay rent for a girl who have rented a house in Ruaka or Ruai. I have to get this money. Chasing an ejaculation. So most of us who are married, or most of you who are married or who have married, you actually got into this because you were thinking it was an abundance of sex. You thought that, you know what, if I get this woman here, I will have sex every night. Only to realize that when she's here, there's no sex. You people resent each other. But when a man understands that order, he knows his role is protection. How can you protect somebody when you're fat? Have you seen fat men fighting? And there's a way when a man grows fat, his hands become short, right? Hey, Mr. Chairman, you have very short hands. What happened? And we were told, I remember in primary school, we were told a thief has long hands. But these fat men are in political positions and they are thieves. So I wonder, are they the ones who designed that law? That a man with long hands is a thief, yet they have short hands and they're thieves. So, it's cute. So yeah, you become that and you expect to be appealing to the wife the same way. But that's your leadership, so she became fat. Under your leadership. Did you know that she adapted to you? That's why she crossed that border. So she adapted to you as a man. So you have to constantly fix yourself for the sake of her and your children, for the sake of your health, because if you are unwell, they are going to suffer. They are going to suffer, so you must fix yourself for them. It is your role. It's actually your responsibility to them. You have to provide for them. You have to lead them. You have to protect them. But you as a fat man, how can you protect your wife? She can even beat you up. She will beat you up. And now she has grown fat under your leadership. And now you resent her. You start saying, oh, now you're attracted to the secretary in the house, in the office. You're attracted to the secretary because there's a way she's still lean. She dresses so nicely because you're also looking for somebody. She's actually trying to attract a mate, or somebody to take her. And now it is you. And now you manipulate her into sex because you're giving the trips abroad. You're giving her all these office attention and all that. And now they call her chakula ya boss. Nobody wants her because ni chakula ya boss. And now because the secretary has actually found an easy way in, she just knows opening her legs, she has money. Now she becomes mbeho. Do you know mbeho? Lawyers in the house. Do you know mbeho? Mbeho. Do you know mbeho? Lawyers in the house. Mbeho means these people who always ask for things. Give me. So mbeho is give me. Give me. Omba, yes. Now she knows. Hey, yeah, mbeho. Yeah. And you're wondering why this institution failed. It was an institution that was ordained by God. So that is to the man. But look at it this way, ladies. Now we've whipped the man enough. Let's whip you also. A marriage is an institution for the man. Aya, tumeanza kuharibu. Wengine mnaniambia ati hiki tunakunywa hapa. Ati inaharibu. Hii ni maji na chumvi. Anyway, so a marriage is an institution for the man. In that institution, we have rules, regulations, and guidelines. Right? Rules, regulations, and guidelines. Just like a school, when you go to school, you're given a form. You read the instructions. Once you read the instructions, you consent by putting a signature or a fingerprint. And now that is put in a file. So that anytime you go against your own signature, you will be asked. Right? So you as a woman, the first thing to do is to read the script. Understand what is in that script. Understand what is in that institution. Is this a school I would like to actually join and study and continue my life there? If it is yes, join in. If it's no, look for another school. But I want you to see this clearly. How many women get into that institution without reading the scripts, without reading the regulations and the rules? How many of you? First things first. You did not read the script because you were desperate. So you were actually seeking somebody to actually love you. Emotional love. You're seeking for somebody who will take you the way you are. Like you're so wasted that you now want somebody to take you the way you are. That statement should never be used by a lady. That you take me the way I am or leave me. I mean, you're supposed to be left in the morning. Why? Because you're so desperate. If you're not, you not put that statement there. A man, and then you start using these words. A real man should accept me the way I am. There is no real man. There's just a man. A real man should accept me the way I am. If you were a man, would you accept yourself the way you are? Yeah? So you have to read the rules and regulations and then now append a signature to those rules as you join the institution. But most of you came in with no identities. So you came in looking for your father in a man. You came in with an identity of your father. So inside you, you have the weaknesses of your father and you have the anger of your mother. And then you're constantly looking for your father in every male around you. And guess what? You will get that male. Oh, you will get your father in another body, in another male, with the same weaknesses. But because the one who was here, your father, messed you up, imposed his false identity and weaknesses in you, imposed insecurities in you, you ended up attracting another male who came in with his mother in his heart. So he has his mother inside. Basically, he is a male in the body, but a female in the energy. No identity at all. So you came in, you did not overcome your father. You never faced your father to apologize to him for his weaknesses. You never faced your mother and apologized to her for actually remodeling you into her own image. And now you still have anger. And that anger blocked you. It actually shielded you from God and the light. Now you ended up in this institution that you did not even read the guidelines. You did not even understand who you actually have. Now remember, no man hides character for long. No. No man hides character for long. And I want you to be very keen. In the first 2 weeks or 1 month of him chasing you, oh, he will tell you all the things that you want to hear. That's where you people fail. Because you fall in love with what you hear, because from here you are empty. So whatever comes in here is going to fulfill what is here. Now you have a partial, false feeling of completeness. Oh, this guy makes me feel good. This guy talks to me and I feel complete. This guy is the man. How is he the man when the one who is here was a male? How did you end up choosing a man when your role model of a man is a male? Oh, you'll choose a male multiple times, and that's why you end up making 13 mistakes before you settle for the 16th one. And then the 16th one becomes the serious mistake than the 13th one. And that's how you constantly get converted into a slut. A slut. A slut. So every man picks you, gives you the form of security that you actually needed because you came in with all this baggage, and you actually, and this is the problem. You see, most times when you're dating, when you're going out for those dates, most women don't pay attention to details. They pay attention to how this man makes them feel. Instead of asking this man questions that will actually show if he's a man or can actually be a husband, you are concentrating on the food. That's why you're choosing a restaurant to go in when you're being taken for a date. That's why you're calling shots. I need a guy who has a car already. I need a guy who has this. That's why you have those two small things. Basically, you are asking for what you don't have. You're asking for a man who has a car because you think that's a shortcut to actually win the battle that you had with your father who did not have a car. You're looking for a leader or a protector. Why are you looking for? It is so unnatural for women to look for a man. A woman should attract. Oh, you being feminine is enough to attract every man. You stay feminine, stay desirable physically. No, make sure you limit all those things that you put on in form of makeup, because that's false identity. Oh, you're lying to us. We took you on the internet. Things that you buy online. They have this color of makeup. Oh, wait. How many men have made mistakes in a bar? That a woman understands a lot of sex positions than she understands menus on how to cook. Oh, she will tell you. You ask her, hey, my friend, what is your favorite sex position? Oh, you know me, mosquito or caterpillar. I'm like, hey. Why do you answer those questions? Is it because you don't have identities? You want that guy to marry you, and you're telling him, oh, you know, I love caterpillar. This guy does not even know what is caterpillar. Caterpillar. Hey. Now this guy has to go on porn sites to look for caterpillar. So that he can actually bring in the caterpillar to you and convert you into his slut now. Be the caterpillar now. Mama, they call you Mama. Hey, Mama is now a caterpillar. Ah, why? Caterpillar. Identity Fridays, ladies and gentlemen. I welcome you to bring in more questions. Hey, Mama is now a caterpillar. Hey. Wait until that caterpillar nature dies. Wait until that thrill of the caterpillar dies. Because you see, even when a man is watching porn, he cannot use same videos to masturbate every day. No. Comes to a point where this is now boring. He has to change. He has to look for now the black. He has to look for now the blonde, whatever. So now wait until that caterpillar energy or that thrill for caterpillars dies into a caterpillar. That is happening in marriages. No, they are not marriages. They're actually unions. Because no identities. The man comes in hoping that they can actually have 50-50. No identities. The man comes in with a lot of anger because he has not overcome his mother. So he's here emotionally because he wants his mother. He wants his woman to love him. You know, a woman has to love me. I told you, a woman should not love a man. If a woman loves a man, that is the mother. And how many men are married to their mothers in a different body? And then now it's always, oh, my mother. My mother knows how to cook this more than you. My mother. People say that you can't have a peaceful relationship. The secret is, if you want to have a peaceful relationship, The secret is be feminine and submissive. And you see, Anne, let me tell you something, and George. The reality is, a woman, you don't have to do so much. No. For a woman, it's so easy. Like, you just relax. Be yourself, okay? Simply face your mother, overcome her anger, and face your father and overcome his weaknesses. So once you overcome their identities, it is easier for you because now you'll attract every man you want. And if any case, you'll not want a man because you'll be so adequate inside you. That's why you'll attract instead of chasing. All right? And that's the beauty about it. That is one. For men, it becomes difficult because men have to overcome their mothers. The hardest thing for men to do is to overcome their mothers. Oh, 90% of men out here are carrying their mothers in their hearts. They speak to you and you listen to them and you're like, just, hey, bro, you sound just like a woman. You tell them that and you'll see they're actually women. They overreact. And when they're angry, imagine a man being angry for 3 hours. Aye, a man get angry for 2 weeks. Doesn't speak. This guy comes here, wants to spit on your face. 2 weeks, this guy is just angry. Ah. You're like, hey, bro, hey, bro, that's not how men behave. That's not how you lead, because you lead your woman into that direction. And now she becomes a mini version of you. And now you start complaining. Oh, this one is an angry woman. She's not an angry woman. You led her into that. So one, marriage is an institution ordained by God. Number two, it has its rules and regulations. And if you cannot handle those rules, don't be married. That's why it's not for everybody. But what of orphans? Orphans will actually overcome the identities of those who raised them. They should. And actually they are lucky, because if their parents passed on or they don't know their parents, if they know their parents, they go and overcome their parents, because no parent wants to leave their children hanging that way, because some children are actually orphans, but their parents are still alive. Imagine that. But if you're a true orphan, oh, you need to forgive those who actually raised you, your guardian. But I actually don't even understand that we have, imagine a 30-year-old orphan or a 40-year-old orphan. Hey. Imagine you praying a victim at 40 years. Oh, you know, I'm an orphan. You know, hey, bro. Hey. You're not the first, you're not the last. Overcome that false identity in you that is always playing a victim. You know, I didn't have these opportunities because I was an orphan. You know, I wasn't treated well because I was an orphan. You know, I grew up in an orphanage. Listen, we don't want to hear that. The world does not care. It owes you no understanding. So if you're an orphan or not, is none of our business. Your business is your business. Fix it. Fix it. So how do you overcome these identities that you've mentioned? Now listen, before you get into a marriage, one, face your mother. First of all, be self-aware. Identify that, you know what, I have a problem. Anger. And anger is the major problem. Actually, just the same way most diseases hail from sugars. Every suffering in human beings hails from anger. Anger. Hiyo kitu mnaita love is actually anger. You're just angry. You're empty. Ideally, we all die like as orphans. That is true, bro. So imagine somebody saying, I'm an orphan. Why are you telling us you're an orphan? I mean, we don't care. So anyway, this is the point. So before you even think about a relationship, overcome anger. And how do you overcome anger? We've said it multiple times. If you have anger inside you, if you get angry about anything, if you overthink about anything, if sometimes things disappoint you and people disappoint you, if you overthink and overreact to things for no good reason, or even if there's a reason, because there's no reason for you to overreact. So if you overreact to anything or anyone, if you have fear, if you have doubt, if you have self-esteem issues, if you feel depressed, if sometimes you feel anxious, if you doubt yourself, all these things are showing you did not have a role model in form of a father. So you had somebody who sired, somebody who just ejaculated but did not understand his responsibilities. Most of our fathers did not even know how to deal with our mothers because they ended up marrying their mothers. And they were afraid of our mothers just the same way they were afraid of their mothers, which means they hated their mothers. If you love somebody, you cannot be afraid of them. You'll tell them the truth without fear that they will get upset. But that's how our fathers were. Our fathers will go silent when our mothers are actually saying something, because they know very well if they say something, our mothers will go crazy. And they cannot deal with the demons in the heads of their mothers. So therefore, they cannot deal with the demons in the head of their wives, who happen to be mini versions of their mothers. So they understood that, they knew that, that's why they went silent. And then, they are ranting, they have anger, they're actually showing people that, you know what, I am a man out there. And then there's a drunkard somewhere that will just tell them, umekaliwa na bibi. drunkard out there. Look at our speaker. Saying order, order, order. But at home, the wife batters him crazily. Aye. The Pope, please, the Pope, face your mother. We apologize that your mother died. Now, just find your identity. Stick in a silent prayer so that you lead. But out here, you're telling us order, whatever order we are. Which order when there's no order in your home? Fix you, boy. Nah, speaker. Fix you. So, face your mother. Once you realize the emptiness in you, once you start thinking that you actually love somebody, once you start having these ideas of this emptiness and you're seeking it in human beings, go find your identity so that you understand the order of life. Start by being aware of yourself, and then go face your mother and apologize to her. Just tell her, you know what, mother? I realize that along the way I've been resenting you for no good reason. I apologize. Why are you saying that? Because, women are always playing victims. Your mother will play a victim every single time. Oh, there's a statement that said, let me finish this before I read that statement. So anyway, so mothers will always play the victim mentality. Oh, if it was not for your father, I wouldn't do this. Oh, this. Don't listen to that crazy things. Just face your mother and tell her, along the way, I've realized I've been resenting you, and I apologize. Now, most men will ask me, what? I'm not resenting my mother. Why would I apologize? And I'm like, how did you end up having anger? Anger comes from the distortion of the order of life. When men are weak or absent, women become angry. And when they become angry, they channel this to the children. So the first role of a man is to protect his children from the anger that is coming from the woman or the wife. That is why the man teaches the woman how to raise his children. And that teaching can only come in when he has a revelation from God through his own identity. So therefore, he must overcome his parents. Therefore, if you got into a marriage or that union without overcoming your parents, it's now time for you to go and overcome them so that you know how to deal with this person you call partner. The partner. You know how to deal with that partner. This is for both parties. Ladies, go and face your mother to overcome her evil nature, her anger. Tell her, I realize I've been resenting you for no good reason, mama, and I apologize. Once you say that, don't care about what your mother will say, because that evil nature of her, that false identity will leave. That remodeling will leave, and you'll become a pure human being. Now you go and face your father to overcome his weaknesses. You tell your father, you know what, Dad, I appreciate that you raised me into this daughter that I am right now, and along the way I realized I was resenting you. And if you knew better, I know you would have actually done better. I apologize. Because it's my mistake that I'm resenting you and I'm not supposed to. I apologize. Oh, your father will tell you the truth. Some will not, because they are protecting something, because they are still evil. And because they love their hell, they don't know how to handle that. So your only role is to get your parents off your path of getting an identity. Get them off your path, because inside you, you are a mini version of them. So you only attract what they know or what they have. If you are a man, you'll attract your mother. If you're a woman, you'll attract your father. Same weaknesses, just a different body. So overcome your parents so that now you have the spirit of good. Once you do that, now God will work with you, because remember, all of us are born with the spirit of good inside us. As a child, you just lived life. You had this spirit of good inside you. You didn't want to get married as a child. You didn't want anything. You were complete. You didn't want to date. But as you grew up, you ended up overreacting to the environment, to circumstances, schools, churches, mosques, temples, teachers, pastors, all these people, parents. They taught you something new. And now you actually ended up believing your thoughts. These are not your thoughts. They came from people. Now you believe those thoughts and you became those thoughts. Now you're wondering, every single day you are all over. You are depressed, tomorrow you have anxiety, next time you have bipolar. And now you're going to psychiatrist rooms and counselors' rooms to just be told simple things. Oh, you write a letter and throw it on your father's grave. Oh, do this. Oh, go and sing on your mother's grave every evening. Oh, take flowers to her grave. Aye. And then you do that every single day, and it doesn't get better. Some of you leave the country because you divorced here. You leave a man here or a woman here. You go to South Africa. Oh, you're thinking you've moved on. You simply moved on physically, but inside you still have the same spirit. I remember growing up, my mom was the one who was paying school fees. Imagine that. Let me read this clearly. I remember growing up, my mom was the one paying school fees. I don't know where that post has gone to, the entire post. Yeah, let me read that again. Okay, I remember growing up, my mom was the one who was paying school fees. My dad said he will not pay. Imagine that. Imagine that. And then that is supposed to be your father. A father allowing a woman to play masculine roles. A whole man allowing a woman to play masculine roles. And then you wonder where resentment is actually coming in from. Resentment is all over. And the reason why we have all this resentment is because we don't have identities. The reason why we have a lot of gay things coming up. We have all these umbrella things coming up. We have all these relationships not working. Why? It's because all of you came in with false identities. Every single one of you was coming in to take something from someone. So women are actually sex traffickers. They know if they give you the sex, they'll get something from you. So they are selling the sex, whether directly or indirectly. Men now are the sex addicts. So they have to buy the sex, whether directly or indirectly. And trust me, the moment a man starts to have a conversation with a woman, in his head he's thinking sex. Oh, it's all sex. You think a man comes to you to tell you, oh, you know what, I want to be your man. What is that? Even that word man has sex attached to it. Oh, I want to be your man. Oh, I want us to be going to church together as friends. Who? This guy is thinking sex. Now he has to figure out how to actually approach you in a way that you will not get upset. How to buy your attention so that you actually open up your legs to him. And then now he converts you into his slut. And once the slutty nature dies again, we press next. The next slut comes in. So it's slut after slut after slut. How many people have you heard saying, I want to marry a virgin, when they're actually chasing every skirt all over? Where are you going to get the virgins from? A virgin. Where are you going to get that from? Then men tell us, oh, you know me, I'm a virgin from behind. I'm like, ah! And once a man takes a bath, he's a virgin. I'm like, You can fool people, but you can't fool you. So go and forgive your mothers to overcome their false identities. Go and forgive your fathers to overcome their weaknesses. Once you do that, you'll be a complete person. Now, in your completeness, you'll attract somebody who has an identity, because you attract who you are. So that man that you actually attract, that male that allowed you to pay school fees, is an exact image of who you are. That male that told you, you know what, this month I'm broke, you have to pay rent, is an exact image of who you are. You attract who you are. And the other side, you resented your mother for remodeling you into her own image. You became just like her, because whoever you resent, you become. You resent your mother, you resent your father, you become just like them, as evil as they are with all their weaknesses. You resent your husband, you become so masculine in terms of qualities that you're actually adapting. Because I don't believe women are masculine. I believe they adapt masculine roles. And you see, when that order of life is actually maintained, let's say men are actually providing, protecting, and leading from the front, not leading from behind, because most men nowadays are standing behind and cheering women. Oh, you know what, empower these women. Oh, you know what, empower. And then they are leading from behind. And their rule behind is actually to just make rules and regulations. Weak men are making rules and regulations that are actually coming to punish them. Imagine that. Weak men are making rules and regulations, thinking that they are making rules to actually make it leverage for the strong ones. Yet the same rules are coming to punish them, because I told you in the beginning that rules and laws and regulations are made for the evil, to regulate the conduct between or among the evil. So the world is empty right now. It's going to get worse. You see all these children in the streets demonstrating. It's just a battle between what is good and what is evil. Has nothing to do with politics. No. Everybody has anger. And now we find a chance to actually air our anger in a demonstration. How will you not do that? We will do it. And I saw some guy saying that actually in that demonstration, everybody was monetized. Everybody was monetized. I've told you here before, your activists are actually leading you astray, because they're actually using you, your emotions, to be paid. They have a pay slip. So they're actually cashing out on your anger. So they will fuel anger every single time. Oh, you see a guy going to actually, oh, help. You see, in this world, you're supposed to exist and live. You're not here to help anybody. So you think God has ignored those that you're trying to help? No. So you see every single thing that is happening. Let's say somebody has broken their leg. You see some guy is there so fast trying to help. Oh, you know what, guys? Let's changia this one. I am actually coming in to help. You're cashing in, my brother. You're not helping anybody. I saw the other day, there's a lady called Maya. Used to be a musician. Those days when we were youngings, used to dance to her music, but though the music was so skewed. Yeah? Music was so skewed. So we listened to that because we had no identities. And she conditioned us to think, oh, you know what? When ladies are in the club, what are ladies doing in a club? Tumekuja chokoza, mnachokoza nani? So now, apparently she got a stroke, which we hope she gets better. Because I reached out to her, but I think she ignored. So anyway, so she got a stroke. And I don't know, in my head I was just thinking that there's a guy, this guy who is always everywhere, trying to mobilize Kenyans to actually come in for people who are actually suffering. In my head, I was so clear that this guy is going to pick up this story. And guess what? It was there on Nairobi Gossip. I'm like, this was exactly my mind, that this guy is going to use this opportunity to actually build his political leverage. Oh, you think because he sleeps in those cells is because he actually was fighting for the country? No. No, nobody wants to fight for the country. You have battles inside you that you need to fight, overcome anger. You don't overcome that. Now you want to overcome the anger in the country. How? It is going to get worse because they continuously will fuel anger in you people. And as they fuel anger in you, most of your children will be killed. It has nothing to do with politics. No, it has everything to do with what is right and what is wrong, what is good and what is evil. It's a spiritual battle. And it has to be overcome through spiritual ways. It has to be overcome through spiritual ways. For you to fix the nation, you must fix you. For you to fix your marriage, you must fix you. You have to fix you. For you to fix a relationship, start with you. What makes you think you can fix other people? You cannot fix a human being. You can't. It's not your role. You came here and your only purpose on the surface of earth or this side of heaven is to glorify God. Glorify God, and through that, God will reveal the purpose to you. I see people saying, oh, I'm still looking for my purpose. You don't have a purpose. Your only purpose is to glorify God. Simply serve God. Overcome anger, overcome your false identities. Once you do that, God will reveal to you your purpose. You will. Of course, I know you don't believe in God. It's fine. Nobody is pushing you. I'm actually recommending. All right? So you can do whatever you want to do. But I highly recommend that you overcome false identities from your parents. And then once you do that, it becomes easier for you. Oh, you will see light. I welcome conversations. Ladies and gentlemen, you can request to be a guest. We have this conversation. How do you correct a situation where she is older? Leave her? Now, listen. The point has never been leaving. No. Remember, you did not even choose to be here. You are controlled by the spirit of evil that is inside you, the spirit of emptiness. You are seeking your mother because inside you are your mother. So you are seeking for a woman to love you. That's why you ended up with an older woman. And let me explain this. Ladies, you see, at this moment in time, I never want to call women single mothers. I call them mothers. There are mothers who are raising children on their own. The best way to raise children is with two parents. But when a mother, and this is what is happening, most women are raising children on their own, sons. What happens is, as you raise that son on your own, this son taps energy, because remember, children learn through imitation and observation. So your son, one, he's going to behave very effeminate because he doesn't have that masculine energy that balances it out. Number two, your son looks up to you. So you are actually the father and the mother at the same time. So you're actually the man in your son's life. So your son will borrow what you do as the masculine side of him. So what he will do is, one, as he grows older, because he has your identity, because you're trying to model him into your own image, this son of yours will attract a woman who he's always thinking that she has to provide. Why? Because he knows that women are supposed to provide. So he knows that. He understands that women are supposed to provide. So every woman he is actually getting attracted to is older than him, because an older woman is the only one that can actually provide for him. But if he ends up attracting a younger woman, this son of yours is thinking in his head that this younger woman has to provide. But you see, the younger woman is expecting him to provide. Now chaos starts. So if he attracts a younger woman, he will still now push chaos in this woman. He'll be physically abusive sometimes. Why? Because he's actually pushing this woman to do sometimes. Why? Because he's actually pushing this woman to do things that are not naturally her role. So the only natural way is he will attract an older woman so that he can be provided for, so that he can actually be nurtured. He's looking for his mother in every woman. So as you raise those sons, attach them to a masculine figure, either an uncle, and that uncle has to be from the father's side, because uncles from the mother's side are very soft to children. Attach that son to an uncle from the father's side. And of course, because you resent the father's side, you are actually making those children to suffer. Number two, that is if the father is dead. Number two, if the father is alive, please allow that son to actually reconnect with the father. Teach him forgiveness. Teach him to actually forgive his father. Instead of pushing the agenda that, you know what, your father was an absent father. Oh, your father aligongwa na tifa. Your father died in war. One day you will pay for that. Because I know, even you as a mother, you will not want your son to bring you an older woman. That's why the other gospel musician, the mother knew about his marriage to this older woman on the internet. On the internet. It's not him who went to tell the mother, you know what, I have this older woman and I want to marry her. No. The mother knew it on the internet. Lack of identities. So imagine your mother knowing that. Yeah. First things first. In that story, I want you to see this. That guy, no father figure. That's why he ended up in the streets. So if he was a father, he was a weak father. He didn't know how to provide for this son. The son ended up in streets in Butere. Right? So the guy has no role model in terms of father. There's no role model. He was lucky to actually come into the music industry and made it big. But because the mother was the one who was there nurturing him, my mother, he became just an image of his mother. And he started seeking for his mother in a woman. And guess what? This one was just waiting to pounce on one. Got one, pounce on him. And now everything you see him doing, and I don't understand Christians. I don't understand you guys. You're afraid of calling it out because you know what? This is love. That's not love. That's anger. That's emptiness. That's lack of a father figure. So as he does that all through, you guys are saying, oh, you know what? This guy sings and we get into heaven. Which heaven? Which heaven? Somebody who is actually in a position to actually make things that actually change the life of other people. He's actually the one who is actually missing it out. And he's defending it with all he has because he's under control. And you see, his mother controlled him so badly. And now he's actually under control of their mother again in this marriage. There's no marriage there. Somebody's just trying to exercise control over the other. Evil nature. Oh, you should see how she responds to people online. You will understand. Why is she even online? Why is she online? And I see you saying, oh, without that woman, she'll not be where she is. Of course. Without the mother, she'll not be where she is. Oh, she. Let me call that she. Because she. Actually, she. Yeah, she. So men are designed to build women. Women are not designed to build a man. If you build a man, he looks for the younger version to build him, to build her. That's why you start complaining. Oh, after all I've done, you ended up choosing this younger one. What are they giving you that I'm not giving you? No. It was only natural that he chooses that younger one. It is natural. It's just a matter of time. And now you have to prove something to the people. You have to always do things that actually have to prove up that, you know what, I'm here. I am here to stay. You're not there to stay. No. You're there because you're pampered. Because your mother is pampering you in marriage. Yeah? Mother, you ran away from your mother only to attract your mother in a marriage. Because you're running away from what you have inside you. Oh, it's a shame. You should see how other desperate men and women on his platform actually saying, oh, you know what, hail he, hail love. I'm like, If it's on the internet, it's actually a lie. It's a lie. Right now, all of you are celebrating the other guy from Western. Yeah? Just going on online sites to just see what next, what has been posted. Are there nudes? Because all of us are empty. All we seek is validation. And we come here with emptiness. So we find solace or we find peace in posting or commenting to things that actually relate to us. Once a man leaves a woman, you're the first to comment on that platform. Oh, men are dogs. Once a woman leaves a man, oh, the men are the problem. Oh, the women are the problem. We are always shifting blame. Nobody's willing to take responsibility. So, for you to correct this situation, you don't even need to correct it. You fix yourself. Don't pay attention to what is happening around you. You fix yourself. You are aware that you know what, I'm in a mess. Well done. Now go and overcome your mother, go and overcome your father, so that you now know how to think sane. Because your thinking is basically your mother's anger and your father's weaknesses. So go and face your mother, overcome her. Go and face your father, overcome him. Now from that, you will have your own identity. Now guess what? Through that identity, you will receive revelations on how to lead your life. And of course, chances are, through that identity fixing, you might drop that relationship. It will actually die naturally. There will be no commotions. There will be no because God will give you the revelations to actually see how to deal with this one. And once you start dealing with her, she will drop herself, or he will drop himself. It is that easy. So do not fix him or her. Fix you, overcome anger, and now you'll see things in a bigger picture. Because most of us are seeing in this dimension, convergent dimension. But once you overcome that anger, it sends you to thinking this way. Now, once you think this way, everything works for you. All right? Everything will start working for you because you'll know how to deal with her. At this moment in time, you don't know how to deal with her. If you deal with her, you'll be doing it out of anger and also out of trying to seek validation. Oh, you know, my friends say you are old. Oh, you know, it's not right to marry an older woman because of what you've heard on the internet. No, don't do that. You fix yourself. And through that, God will guide you on how to deal with her. Right? Yeah. I was told by my father that every marriage has a different constitution created by a man. Amazing. That is the truth, bro. A marriage is an institution owned by the man, his rules and regulations. The problem is, it is a man, not a male. It is not a male institution. It is a man's institution. Males are those who are still sleeping. They are asleep. Men have woken up. They understand the word of God. But males are still sleeping. And males are chasing an ejaculation. That's why they want a woman to actually come in so that they can actually simply, completely ejaculate. Every single night they're ejaculating. And once the sex energy is down, now they chase another one to get a thrill, to get validation from outside. Because most married men don't even have sex. Marriages are now sexless. They are sexless. Actually, a bigger percentage of marriages are sexless. I'm in love with a 27 years lady and I'm 54 years. Should I propose marriage? Hey, amazing. Let me this. I'm in love with a 27-year-old lady and I'm 54 years. Should I propose marriage? She is younger than all my three. Is it your 3 children or something? Listen, Sizulu, why do you want to get married? Why do you want to get married? Eh? Don't you think it's just because you're chasing a thrill, an ejaculation thrill? You already have children. Why do you want to get married? Did you know that the moment you marry that woman, your attention to your children will shift? Did you know that? Because now you have to choose who to give the attention to, and possibly this woman will pressurize you to pay or to give attention to her. Now your attention to your children will be divided. Your children will resent you. They will resent you for that, and that's why a lot of boys kill or even beat up. You saw the other video that was trending online. Stepsons beating their stepfather. Sons beating their stepfather. Did you see that? Because they resent you, because you've come in to take their attention. So your children will feel like this woman has actually come in to take your attention from them. And that is an evil move. So if you have children already, allow those children to grow up and let them just get their own life. Teach them forgiveness. You go and apologize and forgive your mother, because at this moment in time, you're thinking emotionally. Imagine at 54 years old, you're still wanting to chase a 27-year-old. Do you have that energy? Are you fit? Physically, mentally, financially? Possibly financially you might be, but physically, are you? Have you fixed your diet in your kitchen? Are you able to match her energy? Remember, the older she gets, the more hornier she becomes. And you, the older you become, the lower the testosterone. So the lower the sex energy. Are you going to match that? You want to propose now instead of actually fixing yourself so that you don't find the need to seek for a woman's love. Yes, the kids are older than 27, I understand that, but have they moved out? Have they gone and found their homes? These are not kids, they are children. Did you know that to your mother, your mother, you're always a child? Did you know that? Yeah, so unless these guys have gone out, because the only reason why this guy is actually bringing in the issue and bringing in the children is because they are still part of the equation. They're still part of the equation. Because if there were no children here, he would have just gone ahead to marry without asking us. He wouldn't ask, he would go ahead and marry. But because these children are still there, they're still there. That's why he's actually trying to seek validation so that we actually approve, because from inside he knows it's not the right thing to do. But he wants us to approve the evil nature. So he goes ahead and gets the ejaculation. Once he gets the ejaculation, then what? Now you realize your children are resenting you and they become just like you. All right? And they mess up totally because inside you are empty. So I highly recommend that if your parents are still alive, go and seek your identity from them so that you get guidance on how to deal with these things. That's a woman who is half your age, brother. Half your age. Imagine that. Half your age. And for you, you actually had a chance to get married, and then you married and you got children. Well done. Now my question is, where is your wife? Is she dead? And where are your children? Once you answer those questions, we can actually advise appropriately. But you see, we don't advise you. We simply say our opinion. You choose what to do. So children resent their fathers, their stepfathers, because a stepfather is not a father. A stepmother is not a mother, no. And women are very cunning. They will pretend that they love your children. Men, who you have children, you want to marry again. Oh, those children will hate you. Because women will pretend they love your children. Oh, let them get their own. A woman can only love a product of her own womb. So some of you will tell me, oh, but my mother raised me and she wasn't my real mother. Listen, you should be glad. You are 0.1%. Women are only capable of loving products of their own womb. They cannot love a man. They cannot love children from another woman. No, they can't. So once you bring in this woman, she will pretend that she loves your children and all that, but she resents them so bad until she gets her own. Now she becomes the beast. And now you start saying, you changed. I married you when you loved my children. Now you changed. She did not change. She simply undressed her clothes and now showed you, hey, you know what? This is now my nakedness. Take it or leave it. And you see, all of you did not understand the script and the regulations. So now you are in this circle, this union, and now you're resenting each other. Chaos will start. So if you are listening to me, young man, if you're clever, if you're, sir, brother, if you are sharp, don't seek validation from us. All right? Don't seek validation from us. Go and seek your identity from your parents if they're still alive. If they are not, do a silent prayer. And then allow your children to just grow up and go. Once they've gone, you can have your freedom. But until that happens, oh, bro, you'll suffer. What about women who always go for younger men, dating, not married? Listen to me. First of all, there's no this thing that you call older women going for younger men. That does not even exist. It doesn't exist. It is so unnatural. That's why you're even asking it. It's so unnatural. Imagine you as a mother, okay? Reality check. I want you to imagine are you a man or a woman? So if you're a woman, I want you to imagine your son comes back home. Your son is 22. Comes back home and introduces you to a woman. Maybe you got him early, so you're about 41, 45 thereabout. And then your son comes back home with a 51-year-old woman to introduce that woman to you. Or even a 45-year-old woman, your age mate. Or you come home with those friends of yours to drink in your house, and your son is there. And then your son starts to hit on your age mate, your friend. And then your son becomes so serious that he's so in love with this friend of yours, who is your age mate. Will you allow it? Will you allow it? Most older women have shame. They do have shame. It's just that these younger men can easily be bought by a few coins here and there, because these older women, they are suffering in their marriages. There's no sex there. A lot of them are suffering. Actually, a bigger percentage of married women are suffering. Now, these younger versions here are vibrant, and they can easily be bought because they have no identities. Oh, he's just thinking, my role is just ejaculate. Oh, I'll go there and perform. 1 hour is not a problem. I'll go to the gym, lift the weights, come back here, eat my mandazis on the road, and come and pound the arm to satisfaction. This woman is being beaten every night crazily. Tomorrow is going for an X-ray, pelvic X-ray, because this guy has dismantled his waist. And that thrill is actually going to make her stick to this guy, this younger boy. So these older women, they have the resources. These younger men have no resources. And you see, the younger versions that are supposed to be attracted by these males are actually telling them, you know what, you must have this type of life, you must have this type of money, you must have this type of car and all this. You must live in this type of way. So these guys have the pressure to actually get money because they don't have identities. They don't have identity, so they are seeking the money to actually please these younger women. They are not here because they want to be with these older women. No, they are here because they want to get resources and then end up funding these younger women. So now this one will control this younger guy. Hey, women are always interested in controlling a man. So if they find one they can actually control, of course they will resent this guy, but they will control this guy to the core. Now all the fetish in their heads, having sex in a car, having sex in the wild, having all these quickies all over, they will do it because this one can actually allow that. But the one here, the one here cannot. This one cannot even erect for 1 minute, for 1 second, leave alone a minute. This one cannot erect. So, what do you expect? So, younger women, older women chasing younger versions, all about lack of identities. It's all about lack of identities. The older woman has no identity. So she's trying to seek validation from this younger one. The younger one has no identity, trying to seek resources from the older one. It is so unnatural, very unnatural. There is a thin layer between love and hate. That is very true. There is a thin layer between love and hate. Actually, there's no layer. There's just love and hate coming from the same center. Hate, anger. All of us have anger, and then anger deceives us that we love people, that we love things. How can you love when you don't have love inside you? Because love is supposed to be spread. So if you have anger, you don't have love. So then how do you think that you love somebody when you have anger? Anger means you have no love. Because anger and love cannot sit in the same heart. Evil and good cannot sit in the same heart. You see that? So we are using each other, and we know that for us to convince them to open up their legs, we will use the word, I love you, I love you. And that is buying their trust. Now, once you open your legs, that word love disappears. It starts coming once a month, and it comes when this guy wants to have sex with you. So he'll tell you all these good words and finish it with, I love you, baby, with an emoji. Imagine a man with that big emoji, or that that emoji. A whole man putting on that emoji to just earn the organ. Right? So love and hatred, they come from the same center. And that center is anger. That center is anger. And until you learn that, because if a man loves you, they will not have to say it. They will simply provide, protect, lead you, and sex you adequately. Because they understand the order of life. And they will not seek for love from you because a woman cannot love them. And it's so unnatural for a woman to love a man. A woman can only respect and submit. Once a man is stoic, a man understands that order, naturally a woman submits. It's a natural state. Femininity submits to masculinity. Very natural. So you don't have to say, my woman does not respect me. If she doesn't respect you, you are not respectable. You are not respectable. Therefore, get out of that union. Go fix your identity. Why are you complaining? Why are you playing a victim? Are you a woman? Why are you playing a victim? Submission is a natural role. So when I see people saying, oh, you know, a woman has to submit to a man, she doesn't have to. No, she doesn't have to. She doesn't have to submit to a man. Because you're a male. Because if you're a man, she will submit naturally. So you will not find a reason to tell us women have to submit to men. They don't have to. If you're a man, she will submit naturally. So we will not even have to say it. But our problem is we constantly push for submission from women who we are married to. We are actually married to those women. So we keep pushing for submission from them when we've not earned it. Submission and respect will be earned. You play your role and see if it doesn't submit. The same woman who is stubborn to you is so soft to somebody else, her boss. She's so soft to her boss. The same woman who forces you to have sex with her for 1 hour for her to get an orgasm can actually get a satisfaction from another man in 3 minutes on a quickie. So you are here the whole night, you're wasting energy, pumping 1 hour because you want to prove a point. You're just having sex for, this is pressure. There's no pleasure there. You're Basically just trying to prove a point. Oh, this woman just gets so slippery with another guy in 3 minutes and she's good, she's comfortable, she's satisfied, she doesn't want to, my friend. So the same one you're pounding for 1 hour, she can give it out for 1 minute and be very satisfied. So why are you constantly digging a gold mine? Why are you just constantly trying to Hey, wacha tukunywe maji. Can a man who marries a single mom love her children? Loisy, a good question. One, there is nothing like a single mom. She's just a mother. She is a mother. A very good title. Why would you call yourself a single mom? That is playing a victim. Number two, if you have children already and you're trying to seek for a man to come in and love your children, you see, let me tell you for free. This is the reason why most single mothers suffer. When a man meets you, he does not meet your children, right? He meets you. He's interested in you as a woman. So if you're bride, please hold back that thought of a single mother until you know the type of man that this person is. Your mistake is because you want to be accepted the way you are, which means you're coming in with inadequacy. That is the first thing you tell a man. The man just comes to you, says, hey, beautiful, you're so beautiful, I would like to have coffee with you. You accept to that, and then on that coffee date, the first thing you're bringing in, you know, I'm a single mother. This guy in his head, he was thinking to actually make sure that you are his wife, or his girl, or his woman. This man is thinking about sex now, period. This man is thinking of any way to actually lie to you. He can even bond with your children, buy them shoes, take them for dates to earn your organ. Wait until he has sex with you twice or thrice. You will know the real guy. This guy does not care. He doesn't want to come where you are. You will have to find him. And now you see he has bonded to your children because you introduce him to these children. So you make a mistake of telling a man you're a single mother when this guy is not interested in a single mother. He was interested in you as a woman. He didn't see your children. So why don't you hold back that conversation? Just see how the conversation can actually go. Go for those dates. See, he's willing to pay. You go there and enjoy the dates. Don't go there and enjoy the food, enjoy the conversations, because most of you actually you're just hungry. Most of you are just hungry and you're seeking for somebody who can buy you food. So you don't go on a date with the intention of knowing the man. You go on the date with the intention of tasting new food. You're so mean, you're so belittled, in your head you're so small. So it's all about the food. You come here, you are asking for food that you've never even tasted because now, and that's the reason why you request for a restaurant. You want to go to a high-end restaurant because you cannot afford it. So now you think this guy will afford it. So you come here, we go ukonja. You don't come big conversation because you don't want to roll a conversation with me. If I buy you food and I bring it to your doorstep, you will take the food and allow me to go back. So wewe ni njaa inakusumbua. So when you go to that date, as you get to those dates, go there and roll a conversation. Roll deeper conversations. Ask questions. Ask deeper questions like, what does he understand the order of God? What is his thought about family? How about children? Does he have an identity? Does he love his mother? How does he treat his parents? What is his relationship with his father? How was his upbringing? So these are the questions that you ask on a date. Not what is your favorite color. Do you have a car? My friend, I will hire a car. Oh, I'll ask my friends for a car. I'll come with that car, pick you every single day, and I'll convince you this is my car. I will even have sex with you in that car. It's not mine. The moment that happens, now I start running away. And you know very well, ladies, when a man is chasing you, you're constantly running away. When he just withdraws, you start running after him. Why? Because you understand now this one has built value. Because a man, his attraction is his value. He must build value to be attractive. He must build value. So don't go with the intention of telling him, you know, I'm a single mother. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. Once you say those words, he switches because he knows you're not looking for a man or a boyfriend or a husband. You are looking for a stepfather before a boyfriend. He knows that. And no man wants to settle second to anything. He doesn't want to provide for you, protect you, and lead you only for you to compare him with your son, because your son is everything. If anything happens to him, you will choose your son over him. You will choose your children over him. So he knows, he comes here knowing that here, there's a hole here. So the way you introduce him to him will show him actually, you actually have a mind about him more than you have a mind about him being a stepfather. Because most single mothers are looking for a stepfather before a boyfriend. And men understand that. They understand that your weakness is in your children. They understand that. They understand. So if they ever happen to bond with your children, or they show you that they actually love children, oh, you think men love children? Men who love their children and they show it, emotional love, this romantic love, they don't. They hate their children. They don't know how to deal with those children. Because a man who loves their children does not even say it. He simply provides. He makes sure they are protected. He puts a roof on them, takes them to school. But he doesn't come out saying, you know, I love my children. Who asked you if you love your children? The fact that you're saying you love your children is a zero. So this man comes in understanding that here he has to step in as a stepfather before your boyfriend. So he knows he's coming second to your children. Oh, this guy will run, my friend. This guy, he will do everything to earn your organ. Immediately he earns the organ. Now you have made the 37th mistake. Now you're starting to call these men, oh, I don't trust men. Oh, men, you don't have to trust anything. Trust is for perfect things. That is only God. You can choose to believe a man, but do not trust anybody. All right. That's why they abandon them. Yeah, and it's weird, but it's the truth. All right? Yeah. Because even in his head, he's thinking, if another man failed here, how am I going to succeed here? You see that? And you know, the truth is this, women, and I hope you can actually take it positive, that the only thing that you can give to your man is your womb, not the organ. No, leave alone that other organ, the womb. So if you've given out the womb to another man, this guy is thinking, so now what is coming? What is new here? So for you to actually crack that code, you must come in with not fake it. Go find your identity first, so that you get the guidance on how to actually present yourself in a way that will actually matter to the man. All right? Yeah. So go fix your identity. It's very important. Before even thinking about a man loving your children, no, fix you first. What is, oh, I didn't see that. Okay, when a man goes silent on a woman for 2 weeks, who should start the conversation? Listen, if a man goes silent on you for 2 weeks, why don't you let him be? Why don't you let him just go? I mean, why do you want to start a conversation with him? He doesn't want to, obviously. Why are you pegging your life on him? Why are you pegging your life on this guy? What if he is a dad widower? Listen, a widower, the wife died and all that. He has to prove a point. He has to prove that he's actually willing to provide. But you see, I don't even advocate for men who have children and their wives have died to marry again, because they'll pay attention to you and fail to pay attention to their children. Now their children will be messed up. So you, if you are actually a woman of value, how is it possible that you've not attracted a man of another man who has no children? There's a single man and there's this one who has children. So if you have value, you know your value. All right? Yeah, if you have value, you know your value. So why are you coming in for this one? But the beauty about men is they only have to provide and lead. So if he makes you submit, well, you make your choices. Right? But you must make your choices after you have an identity, because that identity will guide you. Why is everybody running away from the identity thing? You think you will survive? You must fix that identity. You must overcome your parents so that you see things the right way, because that identity is the one that will guide you to know what you need. I had the same story in my last marriage. I had to drop the relationship and fix myself. You see, the revelations will just come, and trust me, at some point, the marriage or the relationship will just drop on itself. You will not even have to hustle so hard to drop it. You will not even work hard to drop it. It will drop on its own. You drop on its own. Now, ladies and gentlemen on TikTok, it will be fair if you like the live. It will be very fair if you like the live. If you actually, you're feeling the vibe, it's Friday, man. Don't be mean. On YouTube also, be fair enough to like the live. Why? Because through that, we will get to attract more people next time. So please, don't be so mean. You're just listening and asking questions. And you see, these are fellowship. Be interactive. And I was hoping that somebody can request to be a guest on TikTok so that I can actually show you the real image of what I'm talking about. But people are afraid. They are afraid. I think this doctor is going to whip me hard. No, I'm going to actually show you the real side. Can a man who marries a single, oh, that one I've read. I resented my late father. What should I do? Enoch Keter. Why did you resent your father? You resented your father because he was either a weak man or your mother fed you with the crazy idea. Now, I would actually like that story, because if you come on TikTok and request to be a guest in, it will be easier for you, for us to roll the conversation. Because I like to actually know deeper what happened. Did you get this resentment from your mother? Because most children hate their fathers, resent their fathers with their mother's hatred. Children don't know how to hate and resent their fathers, but their mothers teach them these things sometimes, because they tell them, you know what, he did this, oh, I've been struggling with you alone, and now you start buying that emotional move, and you start resenting your father. What is the name of your YouTube channel? It's called 𝗠𝗔𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗢𝗓. We are live on 𝗠𝗔𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗢. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're on TikTok, please simply go on YouTube and just subscribe on that channel. I think we are at 2,000, I think 100 or so. So if you go there and make it 2,200, I'll be so grateful. It's the only thing you need to do, okay? Yes. 𝗠𝗔𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗢𝗓. What is the significance of a ring in a marriage or a relationship? There is no ring in a marriage. A ring is a wedding. There is no ring in marriage. Just the same way there's no church in spirituality. There's no mosque and temple in spirituality. It's just the order of God, and you understand who God is, you understand who you are as a being, period. You play your role. So there's no ring to signify anything in marriage, because married men with those rings, they cheat. Married women with rings, they remove their rings and even forget their rings in those boyfriends' houses. Married men, they remove their rings and they forget their rings in a bar, only to realize that when they went to sleep with the lady asked them, are you married? Then there's this line here. Now they have to create a story. Oh, you know what, my wife died in an accident. Oh, and then they pretend they are so emotional. I don't want to remember that day, because alcohol is controlling them. You know, it was a tragic accident. And the wife is sleeping or waiting for him at home to open the gate at 3 a.m. You guys say, and because he has bought you 2 bottles of alcohol, you bring, baba pole. I didn't mean to start this argument. No, I wear this ring to remember her. I know. Now you're like, oh, this guy. Oh, so men need a leaning shoulder also. Men also, pole baba. Babji, pole baba babji, pole san, pole. This guy, hey, watch it. What is happening out here is crazy, my friends. You see the man crying? It's so dramatic. Men who cry are so dramatic. After all I did for Mama Babji, Mama Babji, nowadays they even use cancer. You saw there's a lady who just shaved bald to come and solicit for funds on TikTok, and she has cancer. Oh, you know, guys, I just want to go to India. Hey, guys, you see, hey, chemo was actually chemo. You see, chemo, guys. Hey, chemo. One day cancer will die. And emotional Kenyans are there. Oh, guy, cancer. Hey, weka namba tukuike. Weka namba. Goja Dr. Levis weke namba hapa mweke kitu kwa M-Pesa. Hey, he's a doctor. Hey. Yeah. 𝗘𝗩𝗏𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗢𝗓 is still shouting on my platform. We also need comfort. Who is we? Stop dragging men on my platform in your own circle. You are a male. That's why you need comfort. It's not we. It's not who is we. 𝗘𝗩𝗏𝗥 is not we. It's you. You need comfort, and possibly right now you are between comfort in between, you know. In between. So now you're being pushed to say, mwambie. Now 𝗘𝗩𝗏𝗥 is like, we also need comfort. We comfort 𝗘𝗩𝗏𝗥. We. Wacha tukunywe maji 𝗘𝗩𝗏𝗥. Alright. Hizi story zako na wenye 𝗠𝗔𝗥𝗥𝗜𝗢𝗓. Did you see that story? A lady was narrating how she found her death certificate in her husband's car, hidden. People are evil. The lady is alive and the death certificate is out. They killed. They slaughtered while she was still alive. Maybe she fainted one day. This guy was like, maybe this one is time. Let's just let's prepare earlier. And so the lady needs to tell us, does she have some complicated hysteria or a history of convulsions? What happened? This guy decided to prepare a death certificate earlier. Yeah? Is the lady older than the guy? Does she have more resources than the guy? So we need these questions to be answered. Hey, you're not in your Joshua. Hey, death certificate. Hey, let's talk to people here. Nyinyi mko na mjene mingi. Let's go real into things. Liz is here. Let's talk to Liz. What are you drinking, dog? This is just water plus salt. Why do you guys ask about these things every time, Maze? Eh? This is me on an average. You should have found me those days. The 2 shots of Jack Daniels. And then I do this, my friend. Go ahead. Eh? I can speak the whole night. You're like, thank you so much. This is who? Bita. Is it Bita? For... Oh, amazing. Liz.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, how are you?
How do you know you're fine?
Because I've had a good day.
Amazing, amazing. And what is a good day to you?
Good day is a day of smiles, laughter, relaxing.
Okay. So
and having a peace of mind.
Amazing, amazing. So people made you laugh, right?
You made me laugh.
Oh, I did.
Yes.
I think I'll be the source of your disappointment also. I'll make you cry. But anyway, welcome on board. Thank you. How are you?
Okay, I'm good. I just had this question.
Yes.
Okay, about my parents.
Yeah.
My dad became blind.
Okay.
When I was 14 years.
Yes.
So my mother is the one who took over from the home since my dad is the one who used to provide. Then when he became blind, he lost his job, and so he had to eat at home, and so my mother is the one who took over.
Okay.
So how can I handle this situation? Because my mother's been the provider. And also on my side, I've been into relationships.
Yes.
And I have had a boyfriend. We started dating since last year, around July.
Yeah.
So he works. Then on my side also, I used to be self-employed.
Yes.
And while he used to work, he used to support me, kind of, because it was kind of a long-distance relationship.
Yeah.
And also sometimes when he's down, I also support him. So I recently got involved in an accident.
Yes.
And currently I'm not employed, and I don't have any source of income.
Okay.
He's the one who used to support me sometimes.
Okay.
And by the end of this month, he's on a contract form of a job. He told me that he's going to lose his job.
Okay.
That the contract won't get renewed.
Okay.
So I was asking, in such kind of a case, how can you assist me in terms of advice and what to do and the next step to take?
Well, one thing you should never take from me is advice. And number 2, what to do. Because all these things, you can do them. All right? The only thing I have is to share insights that will actually guide you to see light. Once you see light, everything works for you. But now, did he tell you that his contract is coming to an end? Or did he use that to actually drop you?
I'm not sure about it.
Yeah. Because this guy is thinking, this one is going to become a burden. Are you incapacitated in any way through that accident?
Yes, I can't walk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he older than you?
Yes.
All right. Before you guys got here, before you got this accident, was he richer than you, or you guys were just, because you said you supported him, which is very insane for a woman to support a man. But before you supported him, was he richer than you? Because I'm doubting, since you supported him, it means You guys were both struggling, right?
Yes, he's not richer than me.
Okay. And why don't you? Why did he opt not to stay with you? Because I don't think there was any reason why you should not have been the wife. You've dated for 1 year.
We've dated since last year, July. I think it's now around 8 months.
Okay. And a lot has happened in this year. Like literally, you got an accident. You guys were together very well and it was working well. Long distance relationship. Then boom, you have an accident. You can't walk now. And then the guy is like, hey, next month my contract is ending, right?
Yes, and then he's gone silent on me ever since I got the accident. Okay, I've had a lot of surgeries. So I had a recent surgery around 3 weeks ago. And up to now, he has not talked to me, has not communicated to me in any way.
You guys used to have sex before you got the accident?
The last sex was last year.
Oh, because of the distance?
November.
Because of distance, right?
Yes.
So is it the contract for the job that has expired, or your contract, you and him?
Job contract.
Well, I had to tell you that it is the contract between you and him. He's actually thinking that you're actually coming in to drain his pockets through all these surgeries and the medication that are coming in after that. That's the reality. So it's not the contract that is the job that is expiring. Because if the contract for the job is expiring, at this moment in time, he should have actually figured out his way out. He's just lying to actually make sure that you don't feel bad. He doesn't upset you. He's playing the victim, right? He's playing the victim so that he drops you in a comfortable way that you will not think he dropped you because you got an accident.
Okay, one thing I can say is during this accident period, he's been supportive. Yeah, he's the one who paid for the hospital bills through his insurance. He added me to his insurance, and so I use his insurance.
Yeah, of course, because it's an insurance, not his cash. It's not like he's paying in cash. If he was paying in cash, you would know. He would run away so fast. Let me ask you: do you think he was paying for your medical bills because he wanted to do that, or it was because of guilt?
I think he wanted to do that.
Exactly. No, to do what? To pay for the bill?
The hospital bill.
You think so?
Not sure about it.
Do you love him?
Yes, I do love him.
But do you know it's very unnatural for you to love a man?
Yes. I respect him.
How do you know?
I always go by his decisions and what he says.
So is that respect, or is that just a form of control? How would you differentiate the two?
When it comes to control, he takes over everything, and I would go by his demands. But when it's respect, he says something and we decide both of us on it. And he makes the final decision. He asks for my opinion.
All right. So what is your question exactly?
My question is, I am currently down.
Okay. What is that?
And on his side, he's also losing his job. And so there is no source of income for him.
I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you. What is your question exactly? Leave alone him. I just want you to focus on you.
My question is, what should I do? Because I'm in a dilemma.
Well, do you have anger?
Yes.
So why don't you start by fixing your anger? Are your parents still alive?
Yes.
So why don't you go and forgive your mother? Why don't you just call your mother and forgive her for resenting her? Because she taught you how to become angry. And then call your father and forgive him for allowing your mother to remodel you into her own image. And once you do that, you'll get your own identity. And through that identity, God will reveal how to live your life. Because coming from my perspective, I'll tell you this. You're actually fighting a losing battle. And I don't want to hide this from you to make you feel better. The reality is you're fighting a losing battle. You already lost this man and you know it, but you're afraid to admit it. That's why you're defending him. You're defending the fact that you're not sure if you're defending the fact that this guy came through for me. This guy was doing all these things because of guilt. He didn't. If I have a girlfriend and then she gets into an accident, and I'm thinking, this one is going to drain me financially. And remember, that was a long distance relationship. They don't work. They don't work. You guys had sex, I don't know what time. So what purpose do you have to serve him now? You're clinging on something that's actually leaving you. You're actually showing emptiness. The more you cling on this guy, the more he runs away from you. And now, the more he makes you resent men. So he's actually making it difficult for the next man. How old are you?
I'm 32 years.
And you're still clinging on this guy who goes silent on you. Do you have children?
Yes, I have one kid.
Is it from the guy?
No.
Oh, Liz. Liz, let me tell you the truth, and I hope you take this and just start working on yourself. One, this guy accepted you and took you with a child. You see that? And then now the burden has actually added up. So this guy did not go silent on you because of anything. It's because he just wants to drop you, but in a polite way. So you're actually going to drop yourself at this moment in time. Why don't you start focusing on yourself? Why don't you go and overcome your parents so that you get your own identity? And then now you can actually focus on getting better. And once you get better, you can pick up yourself so that you can actually provide for your son. Why don't you do that? Now, I understand that a conversation between two people who are in love, we might tell you this, and then when you're in bed sheets together, next time you tell him, Uncle Chile told me this, blah, blah, blah. I don't like this guy. Now you guys will start resenting me, and you will suffer. But the truth is this. It is just you who is not seeing it. And you can even see, everybody on my platform is actually seeing it. Everybody is seeing it. That you're actually making the same mistakes that a 19-year-old lady will make. And you're making those mistakes at 32. First mistake, you joined in without an identity. You had anger. So you did not have an identity. So you didn't know how to actually act around him. Second mistake, you joined in because you were seeking for a stepfather before a boyfriend. And then you got this guy who actually supported you. And then because you are in there without reading the script, you decided, you know what, we will support each other. It is so unnatural for a woman to support a man. Number three, you are there incapacitated. And this guy is just showing you that, you know what, you need to be out of my life. But you are using the bills that he paid to actually shield his evil nature. You're going to get it hard. You're going to suffer. And the quicker you detach from this guy, the better for you. But realize it is hard for you to detach from this guy because the one who was supposed to teach you how to detach from these people was your father. It was your father. And because of these weaknesses, you ended up becoming angry and empty. Now you sought for love from a man. The first one came in, made you pregnant, ran. The second one is here, trying to actually do the same things, but you're not seeing it. Why? Because you don't have an identity. So I urge you, and I highly recommend, you can do what you want, but I highly recommend that one, detach from that guy as quickly as possible. And as you do that, simply face your mother and overcome her anger, face your father and overcome his weaknesses. Call them and tell them, you know what, mom, I realize along the way I've been resenting you, and I apologize. Call your father and tell him, you know what, dad, because of weaknesses, maybe I have ended up this way. I apologize for resenting you for no good reason. I still value you as my father. Once you reconnect with your father, your boyfriend does not need to pay your bills. No, he doesn't need to. He doesn't need to pay your bills. He's your boyfriend, for heaven's sake. And if he wanted you to actually be his wife, he would have actually done that. He has never faced your mother, he never faced your father. You see that? So he's actually here for the sex. And apparently, now that he wants to step out, but the accident came in, so he's actually feeling guilty about it. And now he's trying to mask everything to just make sure that it dies naturally. He goes silent for a moment so that now, because the heart will grow fonder, so that now it dies naturally, and then he's out of the blame. He will not be blamed for actually breaking up with you. So do yourself an honor. Go and apologize to your mother and your father, overcome them. And through that, you will get revelations on how to live your life. But at this moment in time, once you overcome your parents, you have your own identity, start working on healing and getting better for yourself. You were set up from the beginning. You believe that the woman is supposed to provide because your mother was providing. That's why you ended up supporting the man. So you got it all wrong in the beginning because you don't have an identity. So why don't you go on the drawing board and start by getting your identity, and now from there you can build forward. Because when you have your own identity, you will not need an advice from us or from a psychologist or counselor or anybody, because you'll get revelations on how to lead your life on your own. Am I clear?
Yes.
Is this something you can do?
Yes.
All right, you go face your mother, apologize to her, face your father, apologize to him, and then from there everything will just work the way it was designed to work. All right? But don't peg your life on a man. You didn't come with him. He met you when you were 31. So therefore don't put your life there, because you've lived 31 years without a man. So why would this man become so important in only 1 year?
Okay, thank you.
All right, amazing. We wish you well. You do what you want to do, but we highly recommend that you do that. So we wish you the best, and yeah, we know the best shall come to you, but start fixing you. Pay attention to what is happening inside you. Let everything outside you just, let it not make sense. All right? All right, amazing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Amazing. Now, let me tell you, I'm glad that she actually came through. One of the mistakes that women do in her situation is they will start playing a victim, right? So they'll now push a man to be with them just because they got this accident. So they start saying, oh, you know what, you left me because of this accident. So this guy does not want to leave because he doesn't want that blame. Oh, he'll be seen as a bad man. Imagine you left your girlfriend after an accident. So he's just trying to play it natural. He just wants it to die naturally so that he doesn't get the blame. That's what most men do. They realize they don't like you, and now they start playing it just calm and all that, and okay? And the more you want to get in his space, the more he blocks you, the more he gets silent because you became a nuisance. But he doesn't want to show you that outright. Because he knows if he does that, he'll be considered an evil person because, you know, he left his girlfriend when she was on a sick bed. This guy was so bad. No, remove emotion from that story and face it as a woman. Go and apologize to your parents, overcome them, and keep moving. All right? Because that's what you need at this moment in time. We wish you well. Amazing, Liz. Amazing. Women go through so much, and men go through so much as well. Yes. Jerry.
Yes, Doc.
How are you?
I'm well.
Talk to us.
Yes. I have a question concerning something you mentioned as we started the session today.
Okay.
You said if we were to refer our husbands to a certain man,
Yes.
it would look like we disrespect the authority of our husbands.
Yes.
Now, I'm asking in reference to you and the program that you hold on health and wellness.
Yes.
Whereby would want to enlighten him regarding foods, the bad diets.
Yes.
So that I am able to fix the kitchen, and I understand. I've joined your program on weight loss, but now bringing him on board is not that easy. And the part of the oils, at least I can manage because he will not tell which oils I've used.
Yeah.
But the starch concept and the Uncle Chile program on Identity Fridays, how can one bring him on board in a respectful manner that will not look like I am putting you in front of him?
Yeah, amazing.
And I still remain respectful to him. Thank you.
Amazing. That's a super question, and thank you for that question. Now, the truth is you have to fix your inside before you fix your outside. And the beauty about this life is you don't have to fix your husband. No. Realize this, that you submitted under his leadership. That's why you chose to be with him. So therefore, everything he does, you're supposed to follow. That's the ideal situation in a marriage. But because along the way you realized you've been suffering because of how you ended up here, because he led you into this, he led you into a stray, and now you got into a problem. and you realize, hey, you know what, my life is getting into a ditch. I have to now do what I have to do to actually get better. And apparently you used our platforms to do that. That's an amazing one, because you just here alone. You're thinking that you're actually here with your husband, but you're not. In this world, you're alone. So therefore, your role is to fix yourself, fix your inside, fix your outside through that, and then once you do that, you will inspire people to follow you. You don't drag your husband into it. People love their hell. That's why most people who are diabetic, they love just taking medication. They want to eat everything and simply take the medication. So people love their own hell. They love hell. And you can't drag them out of hell, because if you try to drag them out of hell, either they'll pull you into their hell or they will resent you. All right? And then they will turn everybody against you. So your role is not to push your man into this. No, your role is to fix you. And possibly pray that God will actually inspire. Actually, through you, he'll be inspired. Right? So your role is to actually do that. And as you do that, your children will get into it. And then, of course, he will actually see what is actually happening to you, and he'll find a reason to actually follow you. But do not drag him into that. If you actually raise the issue about statues and all that, and you realize he's resistant, allow him to just live in his own hell. Because people must suffer for them to know God. And until he knows God, he will not listen. Until he sees the light, which will come through you, he will not be willing to listen. So don't force him, don't push him, because he'll start thinking that, you know what, oh, you just met this doctor online and you're telling me this, blah, blah, blah. I've had those situations before. That people can actually come for my neck because, you know, my wife, ever since my wife started listening to you, she doesn't come to bed early. I sleep until 3. She's coming. I'm like, I don't hold shows until 3 a.m. So yeah, I understand you. But do what you have to do. You keep fixing yourself, because this world, you're only alone. All right, Jerry, do you hear that? Fix you. Once you fix you, they will be inspired if they want to. If they don't want to, wait until they get to suffer. They'll seek help on their own. Because some people have to suffer to be a statistic, and through that suffering, they'll seek God, and they will see light, and they will seek therapy.
Okay, thank you.
Have you overcome anger?
Yes.
Oh, you forgave your mother?
Yes, I have. Yes, I did.
How did it go?
I did it 3 times. The first instance, he thought I'm crazy. And he was like, I don't understand whatever you're saying.
Yeah.
Became quite an emotional thing. So I said, I'll meet you another time.
Okay.
And so I tried another time, and I used a different approach. I just showed her I meant well, and I want to build my family.
Okay.
And I don't want to suppress the same issues to my children.
Okay.
So she told me she'll call me.
Okay.
So the third attempt is the one she invited me herself, and she told me, I don't understand whatever you're saying, but because it sounds a little bit peaceful, I have let it go. Whatever you want from me, you have my blessings.
Amazing.
So that's how it went.
Amazing. Amazing. How about your father?
Yes, for my father it was 7 times. We had 7 meetings.
Why?
Because
he's a difficult man.
I didn't grow up with a very present dad in terms of he was not like the way I see a loving father. He was more of a military dad. He was a performance-based father. I want good results in school. I want you to go to church and be seen, dressed well, singing in church. So he wants the credit, but he's not there to know you as the daughter. When I learned about your program, and there was a video YouTube session, you talked about fixing your identity. I tried approaching him. The very first time was very annoyed. And he was like, why would you say that you resented me, yet I took you to school, I paid your school fees? He felt justified. But I kept on trying and saying, you know, Dad, I mean well. You are the only father I have. I just want your blessing so that I'm able to move on with life. I don't want to ever remember all those hurtful things we ever had towards each other. So on my end, I want to forgive you. And I also want you to forgive me. So when I went from both ends, it's a forgiveness from both ends. I think that's the point he saw I meant well.
Yeah.
Plus, I also used to go home on weekends and maybe prepare a meal that he likes and share with him.
Yes.
So that he could see I'm not bringing a sense of a crazy concept of something.
Yeah.
And towards the very 7th time, that's when he called me and was like, I think whatever you're doing is making sense. You've grown, you have matured, you're no longer shouting. So it's okay, my daughter, you go, you have kids, and I wish you well in your union.
Amazing.
So that's how it worked. It was not easy, but I managed. It took about 4 months.
Yeah. Oh, amazing,
Yes.
man. Amazing, amazing. We are proud of you. Thank you so much for sharing your story. And yeah, we can only wish you well. You keep fixing yourself, keep doing the silent prayer, and everything will work just fine, okay?
Thank you.
Amazing, amazing. Ah, I love that story. I love that. That's a beautiful story. Amazing. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. It's never easy. The path of identity is never easy because most people don't understand it. They don't, and they don't have to. That's the beauty about it. They don't have to understand you. Just the same way when you lose weight, they don't have to understand you. They will say everything. They don't have to understand you. Because most people have their hell. They are suffering in their own hell. All right? So when you try to actually push an agenda to them, it becomes a problem. If you try to fix yourself, people don't like you fixing yourself. The devil wants you to be here. And imagine when you're going to face somebody to overcome them, your mother to be specific, the devil becomes louder in your thoughts. Remember, all your thoughts are just nonsense. They are not your thoughts. They are people who put those ideas here. Everything you've been taught is actually a lie. It's actually a lie. Oh, so it's a beautiful story. We celebrate you and thank you for coming through. It's amazing. Amazing story. Hey. All right. Who else is here? Unless there's nobody here, we can call it a night. Oh, 𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥𝗥𝗬𝗢𝗏. Hey, amazing. 𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥𝗥𝗬𝗢. Hey, 𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥𝗥𝗬𝗢. Hey. 𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥𝗥𝗬𝗢, how are you?
All is well, Daktari.
Amazing. Welcome on board, brother.
This is Enoch, who asked a question on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Thank you so much for coming this side, brother. I appreciate you and thank you, kabisa. Asante sana. So yeah, take me through your story, brother.
Yes, I'm new on TikTok. I came purposely for this engagement.
Oh man, that's amazing, bro. And we hope that actually God can reveal things to you that you've never known. Welcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I said I resented my late father.
Yes.
Because of several issues. Unfortunately, we lost him, I think some 15 years ago.
Yeah. Why did you resent him?
So where should I begin my journey of identity?
Just talk. We are here to listen. What is happening to the YouTube?
Yes, I resented my father.
Okay.
Yes.
Just
So
hold on. Just hold on a minute. My YouTube is misbehaving a little bit. What is happening to this YouTube? We just turn that on. Good. Just stabilize, I think. Yeah, good. Let's see how this goes. Just hold on, don't be... That's fair, right? Right, 𝗘𝗩𝗘𝗥𝗥𝗬𝗢.
Yes, sir.
Just go on, brother.
So my question is, how will I begin my journey of seeking identity?
Before we even think about you starting your journey of identity, we must start from a center where we must understand what actually happened. So we must get to a point where we know what actually happened before we start talking about it. So you take me through what happened. What made you resent your father? possibly the reason why you resented your father. That would make sense to me.
There were several reasons.
Yes.
I will mention a few.
Okay.
While registering for my KCB exam, he ate the registration fees. He ate in quotes, so
Okay.
I was not able to register for my exams on time.
Okay.
The other issue was he wanted us to sell land to pay for school fees.
Okay.
Yet I was able to grow some vegetables and supply to the school to pay for my
School fees.
my school. So he used to say, huwezi soma na matawi na shamba iko.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So then when I tried to keep some sheep,
Yeah.
yes, he used to sell them.
Okay.
Yes, when I tried to plant some trees, when they mature, he sells them. Yeah, so let's say in the aspect of providing, I think I resented him.
All right. And was he somebody who used to do two for the road? Was he somebody who drinks alcohol?
Yes.
Okay. So he used to sell your things to actually buy alcohol and fund his alcohol life.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And how did you said you used to buy sheep and then he sells them. How did you get the funds or resources to actually buy sheep at that younger age?
We used to, you remember when someone harvests maize, you go and collect the leftovers of maize. What do we call it?
Those in the farms.
Yes, in the farms.
Okay.
When the rich man harvests maize, you go and collect the remaining maize and then you sell them. Yeah, then get some few, buy a chicken.
Okay.
Once the chicken multiply, you sell them, get a sheep. Yes.
All right. And what is your relationship with your mother?
I think it's a good one. Yes.
So all through you have had a good relationship with your mother, right?
Yes, and one thing about my mother, she never taught me to hate my father.
Okay.
Yes.
What did she say about your father?
No, I think she was protective of him.
Okay.
Yes.
And do you have anger?
It's yes, I think I have.
All right. do you think you have or do you have it? Do you get angry sometimes?
I have it. Yes.
All right. How old are you?
36.
All right. Are you married or have you married?
Yes, I am married.
Do you have children?
Yes, I do.
How many and how old are they?
2, 6 years and 9 months.
All right. And do you sometimes overreact to things that your wife says and you get angry a little bit?
Sometimes.
How do you deal with the emotions that are coming from your wife? Let's say she overreacts sometimes. How do you deal with that?
I go silent.
All right. For how long?
For a day or 2.
All right. And is that silence working for you?
It's working.
All right. How do you know it's working when again you still get angry? Because let's say I get angry now and then I go silent. I'm hoping that this anger falls or drops off. Why is it that again you will still get angry and still go silent?
So it means I have issues.
Yes, so it means the problem is not her. Because it's so abnormal for you to get angry at anybody or anything. It's abnormal because inside you have anger and then she just helps you to exercise the anger. and you see you have, do you have a son?
Yes, I do.
All right. So that son looks at you as the role model. So your weaknesses of anger and not knowing how to deal with your wife are the same weaknesses that you'll see in your son as he grows up. And then the anger that comes from the mother, because now the mother gets angry at you for you overreacting and going silent to her without knowing how to deal with her, without even correcting her. You simply have to correct her and then you move. But when she sees you doing that, she becomes angry, and then this anger is now channeled to your children, and now she starts to destroy your children, and you destroy your children also. So the point is this: for you to actually know how to raise these children, for you to know how to deal and actually teach your wife how to raise your children, you must overcome that anger. And the only way to overcome that anger was for you to reconnect with your father, your biological father. Whether he was a drunkard or not, you should have reconnected with him, but you didn't know better. So now that you know better, simply do this. Go face your mother, make a call. Is your mother still alive?
Yes, yes.
All right, make a call to her or go and face her and tell her, you know what, along the way I realized I resented you for no good reason. And now that I'm adult and I'm raising children, I really apologize for that. All right? I know it wasn't right for me to resent you, and I am sorry. I apologize. Because the truth is, you did not have a role model in terms of a father figure. So therefore, your mother ended up overreacting to some things, and that's how you ended up being taught anger. And it's the fault of your father, because if he was a strong man, your mother would actually submit naturally, and then you guys will never have anger. The issue is your mother supported your father, yes. Your mother protected him, yes. But she was doing that out of anger. She wasn't doing it because it was the right thing to do. All right? She was overreacting to the anger, and then she protects the anger, the evil nature of your father, because the society wants her to do that. So she submitted to that evil nature of your father and the weakness of your father, and she became who she is. But because your father is dead, there's nothing you can do about him now. But the one who is living, who remodeled you into her own image, the image of anger, you now have to overcome her. Face your mother and tell your mother, you know what, I apologize for resenting you for no good reason. Now that I know better, I have to do better. I am sorry. Once you say that, you don't have to care about what your mother will say. All right? You just allow her to just soak in. If she plays the victim, no problem. If she cries, no problem. If she acts like it's normal, no problem. If she ignores you, no problem. Don't go there with expectations. Just go there to pass your point so that you get her off your identity path. And once she gets off your identity path, now you shall have your own identity. And now you'll get revelation through that identity on how to actually lead your life and raise your children. You'll also know how to actually deal with the woman that you have in form of a wife. All right? So you'll not go angry, you'll not overreact to things, you'll not feel insecure, you'll not have to go silent. You need only to correct what is going wrong, and you keep moving with life.
Okay.
All right? And then once you do that, now it will be up to you to stick in that, because you have to overcome your thoughts every single day. You have to stay present. And the only way to stay present is to doubt every single thought in your head, because those thoughts are evil.
Okay.
So therefore, every morning and every evening, simply stick in prayer. I'm not saying you go down on your knees and start praying. No, I'm saying just take about 10 minutes, close your eyes, and focus on your breathing. All right? Allow every single thought to flow into your head, both negative and positive. Do not fight any thought. Let them flow into your head. And don't follow your thoughts. Just let them come and pass. Let them come and pass. Your role is to focus on your breath. If you realize your mind is following your thoughts, bring it back and focus on the breath again, okay?
Okay.
Now, start slow, because it will be very difficult for you to do that. Start slow, about a minute or so, grow into it, 2 minutes, go into 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then 10 minutes, until you get to a point where you can close your eyes, and once you relax, there is no thought in your head. Okay?
Okay.
That will be the most pure state that you will be in. But simply close your eyes, stay still, take your solace, just go into a silent room and just relax. And then close your eyes and simply focus on your breath. Breathe naturally, let everything flow naturally. That is a prayer you're making. And then you can put on an alarm for about 5 to 10 minutes. I know there will be a lot of thoughts in your head in the beginning. They will try to distract you every single time, and you start following your thoughts, Do not fight it, okay? But just pay attention, be attentive. When you're trying to follow a thought, bring yourself back to breathing. When your thoughts trying to distract you, bring yourself to breathing. They will be coming excited thoughts. They will also come in thoughts of anger. Do not fight or resist any. Let them just come in and let them fly. Let them come in and pass, okay? And as you do that, after about 5 or 10 minutes, open up your eyes and come back to reality and start your day.
Okay.
All right. Have you fixed your diet already?
Yes, I have done.
Amazing. So now keep being in the silent prayer. Keep fixing your identity. Overcome all the evil thoughts in your head. Basically, all thoughts in your head. Stay present as much as you can. Don't think of the future because you don't have it. Don't think of the past because it's also not there. Just focus on the present. Do what you have to do now. If it's you bonding with your children, bond with them now. If it's you trying to actually work, focus on work. If you're driving to work, focus on driving. Don't drive and make a call. If it's a call time, pause, make a call. Concentrate on the present so that you actually start to appreciate yourself now rather than judging yourself for what actually happened in your past, which you don't even have, okay?
Okay.
All right, so I wish you well, brother. And yeah, of course, well shall come to you. You are a man, go fix yourself for the betterment of your wife and your children. I wish you well, brother.
Thank you, Dr.
Amazing. Amazing.
One final one.
Yes, sir.
Why do we say all is well?
We say all is well because all is well anyway. Like if you're suffering, it's you who is suffering. Nothing else around you is suffering. It's just you. And it's all in your head. So when it's all is well, you have no thoughts. It's perfect state.
Wonderful.
Yeah, so when you say, I am good, you know, good and bad hail from the same scent of evil. When you are good, something made you feel good. So you are actually attaching yourself to something. When you feel bad, you are actually low because something is not in you. When you say all is well, it basically means, of course, all is well because all is actually well. It's just you who has actually decided to overreact to your thoughts. And when you overcome them, all is well.
Wonderful.
Amazing. Amazing. Oh man, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate that. Moving from YouTube, and YouTube is very chaotic. I don't know what happened to YouTube. Very chaotic. Amazing. Amazing. This is what you do on Fridays. Identity Friday it is. And it's the last Identity Friday of the month. We celebrate a gentleman. We hope that he actually does that and just gets better. We wish that he can actually buy that idea because you can do what you want. But however, we highly recommend that you do that. Forgive your parents. Overcome them. Forgive your mother and father. Overcome their identities. Overcome anger. And through that, you'll have your own identity. And by doing that, you'll see life in a different perspective. You deserve better, and better shall come to you. We celebrate each and every one of you on this platform. Oh, yeah. Let me tell you, this is information you will not find in a psychiatrist room. No. You will not find this anywhere. Not in a psychiatrist room, not in a psychologist room, no, not in your pastor's chambers, not in the confession room. No, you will not find it. People on YouTube, don't worry. I think I screen recorded. I hope I can actually post it there so that you can listen in later on. And yes, I hope the sound was also clear there. Do you do physical consultations on identity? I do all these things, my friend. That's the reason why we come to Nairobi. We come to Nairobi to change your life. Right? Uncle Chile and Dr. Muchile, they reunite in Nairobi and they learned to change your life for the better. So yeah, welcome on board. All the identity issues. And by the way, if you want to book an appointment with us, of course, use the office contact 0707 07 47 22. 0707 07 47 22. That is our platform. That is our number, the office number. You can use it to book an appointment with us, whether identity or just life in general, or the health. Of course, the gospel that we've constantly preached on health and wellness sport. So use that contact to book an appointment. Send a WhatsApp message to that contact. Don't call. So many calls are coming into that phone and it's just crazy. Don't do that. Send a WhatsApp message. They will respond to you, okay? I have different channels on my YouTube platforms. I have health and wellness sport that teaches you about health in general, makes you better physically and mentally. And then I have this second channel called Uncle Chile. Uncle Chile is an Identity Friday show, fellowship that we actually talk about these things, help each other to overcome false identities and become better people. We talk about different topics, and if you wish for us to talk about a specific topic, you can simply put it in the comment section. We will be willing to do that every single Friday. All right? Now, remember this. You can use the same contact that I put there, 0707 07 47 22, to book your appointment. We are going to Nairobi from Tuesday, to the 24th of this month, all the way to the 4th of July. So we welcome you to actually come in and have a conversation with us. Physical consultations will start on the 24th of this month, all the way to the 4th of July. So yes, from Tuesday next week, we are in Nairobi, changing your life. So come in, come one, refer somebody, let us change their lives for the better. If you want to join my Telegram channel, Health and Wellness Sport on Telegram, a very, very beautiful channel that we share insights there. I also have a platform on Facebook called 𝗓𝗧𝗜𝗍𝗓 Muchile with about 90,000 plus people, 95,000 I think, yes. Join there, follow us on TikTok, 2 channels on TikTok, Health and Wellness Sport and Dr. 𝗓𝗧𝗜𝗍𝗓 Muchile. All right, and through that you'll get all the information you need. We do a show on Mondays, sometimes on Tuesday. We call it Testimonial Tuesday. So on Mondays, I do a health show on health and wellness sport. On Tuesdays, sometimes maybe once in a month, we do a Testimonial Tuesday. You share your testimonies on health and wellness sport. On Fridays, of course, we sit back here, relax from 8:30 until late night. All right, to just enjoy Identity Fridays, where we teach you how to overcome anger, false identities, depression, anxiety, and all these false thoughts in your head. We make you whole. We make you know, see the light, And then through that light, you get guidance on how to lead your life. So we combine the spiritual aspect plus the mental and the physical, and we become holistic. So thank you so much. We run weight loss programs that run every month. This month we started a 2-month programs on the 15th. So these programs run every 15th of every month. So this month we started a 2-month program on 15th, and next month we are starting a 3-month program that starts on the 15th. So if you wish to join those weight loss programs, the 3-month program is a very beautiful program. You can actually join. It's not such as aggressive as the 2-month program. So you can use the same contact again, send a text on WhatsApp. You'll be given all the information about physical consultations, about online consultations, whether it's identity or health, about weight loss programs, and everything about the merchandise that we do sell, the fermented cabbages, the coffee, the t-shirts, the mugs, the water bottles, the activated charcoal. All these things are there. So, okay, support us by actually purchasing some of these things so that we can actually make each other better. As I make you feel better and get better, help us also grow as a channel by subscribing, liking, sharing, and I hope that you have a good night, a good morning, or a good afternoon from wherever you're watching us from. We will see you on Tuesday in Nairobi. Have a good night. Yeah.